Greetings, everyone, and welcome to what normally would be a Let's Try. Today, however, I'm not going to be doing a Let's Try. Well, I might do one later, but I wanted to talk about something a little bit more important, something that I don't normally do. Today, I'd like to talk a little about politics. Now, I try to keep politics out of my Let's Plays. You see, I'm an educated person who's very intelligent. However, recently, I've been seeing a lot of very wealthy people say some very stupid things. Most likely, these people came from what I saw when I was channel surfing and caught Fox News, which seems to be nothing more than a network of morons. I'm sorry if I've just offended any of my fans, but the fact is, it's completely true. The people out there are now saying that the rich are having their stuff taken away so that the poor can have it, and it's horrible. Get over yourself. You see, here's the problem. In America recently, we've seemed to come about this viewpoint of me, and if I'm not serving me, then I'm not serving anyone because I'm the only one that's important. You're an idiot. Yes, I just called rich people who think that way stupid. See, now they're talking about this thing called going gaunt, which is where they're going to go on strike and prove to the poor people that we're not necessary. No joke. That's actually what going gaunt partially means. One of the lines, if you ever hear any of your wealthy friends talk about this, is, and I quote, "We are the rich, and we do not need the poor." You know what? We're tired of you anyway. You see, what the rich fail to remember is the fact that their entire empires are built on the poor people, and the fact that they want unfair treatment just because they happen to be wealthy. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. Now, I'm going to get a little personal here, and I apologize if that bothers anyone. Like I said, I won't do very many of these. But here's the deal. See, I'm a high school teacher. And before I was a high school teacher, I was a game designer. And I'm the first person in my family to go to college. Unfortunately, after I graduated college, I was so swamped by bills that going to places where I could get further work in the game design field was a little bit too hard. And then I got sick. Now, see, the deal here is that after I got sick, I really couldn't keep working because I was too exhausted, too tired, and, well, a lot of people don't understand this, but there were many nights where I went hungry. I didn't have electricity at one point. I didn't know how I was going to get home. I didn't even have a car to sleep in if I got kicked out of the house I was renting. Yeah, I know what being poor is like, and it sucks. And all you rich people who are afraid of losing an extra 10% of your income, well, let me let you know something. Okay? I recently got a paycheck for a month, which granted, my pay is pretty low, but I made about $1,600 on this paycheck. Of that $1,600, about $500 was taken out between taxes and one other bill. That's roughly 30% of my income is taken out by taxes. Yet rich people who are saying, oh, well, we give more money than everyone else. Granted, you do. However, you're also paying a lower percentage than the rest of us. You're only paying about 10%. Now, what this means is that you're saying that the government wants to take money away from you to help the poor people? That's because the poor people are paying more of a percentage. What part of that don't you get? What part of that is so hard to grasp? You see, here's the deal, rich people who think this way. You should be paying the same percentage as everyone else. That's a little something I like to call fair. Yes, I'm saying it's completely fair for you to give out more money. Why? Because it's a percentage issue. Granted, you give more money than I do. This is true because you make about 1,000,000 times more, but yet you only give about 1/3 of the percentage. How is that fair? How come my tax money is going so that you can have tax cuts? Why am I having to support the rich? Answer, I shouldn't. You see, we live in America, and maybe I'm the only person who still thinks this, but I believe in honor, I believe in integrity, and I believe in helping other people. I'm about to be called a socialist, so this is where things are going to get bad. Yeah, I think the government should regulate certain things. Why? Because obviously the way we've been doing things doesn't work, because if it did, we wouldn't be in the situation we are. In fact, all you greedy rich people, this recession is your fault. Yes, people like you, who sat back and did anything to get ahead and didn't care who you hurt along the way. You people ran things like Ponzi schemes. You lied about your profit so that you could get better investors. You made all these big points about how great it is to be rich, and you didn't think how it's going to affect the poor people. And now people are suffering. And why? Because of you. Because you didn't care. Here's the deal, rich people. You're rich, and you have a financial responsibility to help everyone else. Why? Because this is America. Granted, people are about to say, but we're a capitalist society that's supposed to be self-centered. When the hell did that become the American dream? It damn sure isn't my American dream. In my American dream, everybody helps everyone else to the best of their ability. And we work toward making this a better world and a better country and better for everyone. But apparently, I'm the only person who cares about that. At least, aside from the people like the Democrats who are actually thinking this way too. I'm sorry, Republicans, get over yourself. Seriously. Yeah, I saw that little kid who thinks he's Mr. King stuff. Big whoop. He's a kid who's probably rich. Oh, wait, yes, he is. We know that. I would love to see some of these rich people try to live a month and a half in my shoes. Seriously. Imagine having to wake up and wonder, hey, maybe if I skip a meal today, it'll help me stretch my budget, because I have to do that. And yeah, you sit back and say, oh, this is just another poor guy ranting and pouring me. Heck no. I'm happy with my life. Why? Because I help people every single day. I teach. Yeah, I could make a lot more money doing other stuff, but I teach because it's what someone needs to do, and someone has to guide young people in this country, and I get to help people. You want to know what my biggest saving grace was? I one time got to save somebody's life. How many rich people can claim that? Yeah, no joke. I had one of my students come in one day, and he said, hey, Mr. Walsh, I'm going to lay over here. I don't feel so good. And I looked at him and watched how he was walking. He's like, I'm just going to lay my head down, and, I'm like, well, what's wrong? He's like, yeah, my stomach's hurting. I could barely come to work today. Now, I noticed, because of my education and, some of the stuff I've done in my past, that he was gripping the right side of the right part of his stomach. And I was like, dude, nah, man, you need to go to the hospital. He's like, no, I'll be all right. I'm like, nah, dude, you need to call your mom and dad right now. I whipped out my cell phone right then and there and had him call his parents. You know what? He had an appendix. His appendix was in the process of bursting. Go me. I've already done more good for this world than half of you rich people out there. Now, granted, maybe I'm a little idealistic. That's because maybe I believe in things, like I said, honor, integrity. Heck, I think if everyone in this country did a little bit more to help everyone else in this country, this would be a great place. Uh-oh, that's communism. Yeah, and your problem is communism's actually a pretty damn good thing. Read up on it. I'm sorry, maybe books are out of your mindset, but maybe you could put a little effort into reading about what communism's about. And then also maybe you should take a look in the words moral responsibility, because you have one. You have a moral responsibility to help your fellow man and to make this world a better place. And if everyone thought like I did, and if everyone went out of the way to help people, then this world, I guarantee, would be a better place. It doesn't even mean you have to spend a lot of money. Everyone, even people like me who don't really have a whole lot, can help people. I one time, I just recently was having some financial problems, and so was a friend of mine. So what did I do? I loaned them some cash even though I didn't have it because they needed it. Yeah, I put myself in a hole to help others. And I'm not saying that makes me a great person. I'm saying that that's what any person should do. Oh, what else? Let's see. If I see someone stopped on the side of the road, I'll help them out. I don't mind. If I see someone who's having some problems carrying something, I'll give them a hand. Why? Because we're supposed to make this world a better place, and we're supposed to make this life a better place. Now, I'm not some religious fanatic, so I'm not even bringing religion into this. This has nothing to do with any religious beliefs. This is simply being a decent human being. Maybe my heroes aren't your heroes. Maybe your heroes are people like, I don't know, Rush Limbaugh, which, no, I'd love to punch him in the face. But my heroes were people from comic books, which I grew up on. And you know what? People say, well, that's a little childish. Maybe not. Maybe we should all aspire to be more like those comic book characters that are selfless. Because being selfish idiots is what got us into this mess in the first place. So to the next rich person who claims, oh my God, they're going to take away, like, some of my money, oh, get over yourself. Seriously. I mean, come on, dude. If you're sitting here making $3 million a year and the government wants to take an extra $100,000, it's not exactly going to put you in the poorhouse. And maybe it might just help someone who is in the poorhouse. Anyway, that's my take on it. And that's my update for today. I hope people didn't get offended. And don't worry, I'll go back to doing my regular stuff soon. But I just really had to get this off my chest, especially after watching a clip on Fox News that made me want to hurl. Anyway, guys, be safe, keep trucking, keep playing, and remember, try to make this world a better place because we only got one world.